We're looking back now at the Boston Marathon bombing 6 months later on April 15, 2013. A Rhode Island state trooper was both a runner and rescuer. Now we're with him as he returns to the bombing site for the very first time, reliving that tragic day.
I asked the lady who was on the phone, I said, can I please use your phone? And I went to grab it. I noticed my hands were bloody, so I looked at it. I said, can you just dial it for me? I don't want to hold your phone, you know, and she kind of dialed the number, put it to my ear. I told her, baby, I'm okay, everything's fine, I'll talk to you later.
Trooper Rupen Bastajian wasn't hurt in the explosion, but ran toward the blast to help those in need. Target 12 investigator Tim White met with him in Boston. He's here now with the exclusive details.
It's been 6 months since Rhode Island State Trooper Rupen Bastajian has been back here on Boylston Street in Boston. The last time he was here, this entire area was absolute chaos. And Bastajian tells me he's surprised how the sights and sounds from that day came flooding back. What are your thoughts as you walk down Boylston Street?
It was kind of difficult, to be honest, when I first made the corner, took a right onto Boylston, and you know, it kind of brought you back to that day, and you can, I didn't think it would happen to me, I guess, but you could kind of hear the screaming, and you can kind of relive the whole thing for a minute.
2:49 p.m. on April 15th, Rhode Island State Trooper Rupen Bastajian had just crossed the finish line at the Boston Marathon when this happened. 13 seconds later, a second blast.
What did you see?
Just mass chaos. Everyone running away. People, you know, yelling and screaming.
Instinctively, he ran against the crowd toward the first blast site. With his background in the Marines and law enforcement, Bastajian first looked to see if he could spot a suspect.
I just felt that it was a terror attack. That's what I felt immediately.
Then he says he began using gauze from a nearby ambulance as tourniquets.
There was a female, I remember, she had like a big gouge in her leg. I tied that up and I carried her, put her on a wheelchair.
Bastajian's wife and 3 children were supposed to be there to cheer him on that day, but a set of circumstances at the last minute changed that.
So
a man of deep faith, Bastajian calls it intervention.
You know, by his grace, they weren't here.
His hands bloody from helping others, Bastajian asked a woman nearby with a phone if she would dial his number so he could call home.
What did you do when you got home?
Just, you know, you hold your kids, you hug your wife, and just, you know, you just realize how, you know, how fragile life is.
Trooper Bastajian tells me he thought his last running of the Boston Marathon was going to be in the 117th. But after all that's happened, he says he'll be back here next year, running in the 118th Boston Marathon. In Boston with the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.